योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्ताम् सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. The fourth shloka of Vishnu Sahasranama is सर्वशर्वशिवस्थाणो भूतातिर्नितिरव्ययः सम्भवो भावनो भर्ता प्रभव प्रभुरीश्वरः. So altogether there are 12 words, padas in this shloka. And so I divided this shloka into two. The first line it has 6 padas and the second line it has 6 padas. And the meaning of the 6 words I explained in my last video. They are the Sarva. Sarva means Bhagavan Vishnu is everywhere. There is no place in this world where he is not. So he is the Sarva. Sharva means he is the destroyer of the wicked mind. Shiva means he is that auspicious being. He has all the qualities of that auspiciousness, and so he is the auspicious being. Sthanuhu, he is that firm existence on which all jivas exist in him. Bhutadi, it is from him, he existed even before the Bhutas came into existence, and all the elements came from him. So he is before, he is ancient. He is there even before the elements came out. Nidhi Ravyaya, this world is the treasure for him, and this world has in another form exists in him during pralaya. So he keeps it safe like a nidhi, and havyaya means that the world cannot be destroyed because it is in him, and he is that indestructible Brahman. So all these names were given for Bhagavan Vishnu in the first line of the shloka 4. Now the second line, it has 6 more words. They are Sambhava, Bhavano, Bharta, Prabhava, Prabhu, Ishwaraha. So the direct meaning of the first word Sambhava is one who makes things to happen. He gets things done. Even in worldly life, some people are like that. So we tell him that he is a Sambhava. Somehow he gets the things done. He may be shouting, crying, or playing any tricks. By playing any tricks, somehow he gets the things done for him. But Bhagavan Vishnu is not like that. He has that power to manifest at any time when he desires, and takes care of this universe. For that purpose, he is born again and again, and that's what the avatar of Mahavishnu, Bhagavan Krishna, in his Bhagavad Gita, he said, Paritrāṇāya sadhūnām vināṣāya ca duṣkrudhām dharma samsthāpanārthāya sambhavami yuge yuge. Sambhavami yuge yuge. I take birth again and again to protect dharma and to protect the people who all follow dharma. For that purpose, I take birth again and again. I manifest again and again. So Bhagavan Vishnu, he take birth and he makes the things to happen just to bring equilibrium in this creation. And Acharya writes the explanation for this word as स्व इच्छया संभवाम्येवं गर्भ दुःख विवर्जितः. Sambhavam eva. He takes birth Swa ichaya, not by any force or by prarabdha karma. He takes birth by his own desire and without experiencing the pain of birth. Bhagavan Vishnu or any avatar, they take birth by their own desire. So they have the freedom to select the place, the family, the situation to be born there, which is fit for them to help others or for what purpose they came. They will be born in that situation. They have the freedom for that. So Bhagavan Krishna, he was born in Gokula because only that place is fit for him to do all the work he has to finish before the end of his life cycle. Even Bhagavan Sri Ram, he was born in that family, the son of Dasharatha and Kaushalya, born in Ayodhya. Only that place is suitable for him to complete all the work what he has intended to do. So they have the liberation to select their place of birth, the family in which they have to be born. But we, in a way, we also select the family, the place to be born, the time to be born, but we are bound by the prarabdha karmas. According to the prarabdha karmas, we take birth. We also select the parents, we also select the place where we have to be born, but it is not by swa ichaya, it is according to the prarabdha karmas. The prarabdha karmas dictate us to do what all we are doing or the place in which we were born. So it's not that for Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is born without experiencing the pain of birth. But we ordinary human beings, our prarabdha karma starts from that time itself. When we are in the womb itself as fetus, that time itself our karma would have started. So we experience different kinds of pain, different fear in all, even when we are in the womb itself, because our prarabdha karmas would have begun to give result then itself. So we experience the pain of birth, and after that, no need to say at each stage we experience according to our prarabdha karmas. But Bhagavan, it is not like that. They take birth swa ichaya to bring back balance in this world, in this creation. There is also another meaning for Sambhava. Sambhava means to unite. Bhagavan is in union with this creation. It is not that he has created this universe and he went far away, staying in a palace and enjoying it. He is there here in this universe itself as our existence, witnessing all our pains and all our happiness. So he is in union with this creation and he gives a lot of importance for dharma because dharma unites. So that's the another meaning of the word sambhavaha. The next word is bhavana. Bhavana means bringing something to reality. Something to reality means in a way, he gives fruit for all our actions. He gives fruits for all our actions. That's the direct meaning of bhavana. Bringing to reality and also giving fruits for all our actions. Giving fruits for all our actions means it is not in the direct way. It is not that Bhagavan Vishnu is sitting there in top or in the Vaikunta or somewhere else and he is distributing the result of our karmas or giving us pain and pleasure. Some people, when we are young, we used to think like that. That Bhagavan, we were taught like that by the society and by the people who surround us. They taught us like that. That if you do something wrong, then Bhagavan will give you punishment. He will punish you. As if, and what we thought is, he will come directly or he will be there somewhere else and giving us punishment. So it's not in that direct way. And we used to think that Bhagavan will is giving us all the dukkha and he is giving all the sukha for others. Since we didn't please him, he is giving us all the dukkha. So all these are childish thoughts. It may be good for our young age, but not anymore. Why Bhagavan is said, called as he is the giver of fruits is, it is not by the direct meaning. And here, Sri Adi Shankaracharya takes the support of Brahma Sutra to argue this meaning. In the Brahma Sutra, in chapter 3, section 2, Sutra 38 says, Phalamat upapatti. That's all. The sutra is only two words. Phalamat upapatti. Phalamat means fruit, one who gives fruit. Upapatti means it is not by direct meaning but by logical understanding. In fact, Brahma Sutra, the entire Brahma Sutra itself, uh, gives these sutras and argues by logical reasoning. Rarely there will be any direct meaning in the Brahma Sutra. Oh, the Brahma Sutra has to be understood by this logical reasoning. That's why it is said as the highest in Vedanta itself. And all the doubts that we have in the Upanishads, in the Prakarana Granthas or from the Granthas, they are solved in Brahma Sutra. So that's Brahma Sutra. And in the Brahma Sutra, this sutra says Palamat Upapatti. That's by logical reasoning and not direct reasoning. Because Bhagavan is the giver of foods, not by direct meaning, but by reasoning. And how is it that we understand that Bhagavan is the giver of fruits for our actions by logical reasoning? Suppose if I perform an action, let us imagine that I am giving charity or helping a person by giving some material or by giving some money. That person tomorrow may or may not help me. He should not help me, in fact, because if he give me in return anything for the help I do for him, then that is vyapara, business, and it is not dana. So he may forget about it. He may leave that place. He may sometimes I may get the result of this action late in my age or even in my next janma. Sometimes that person may even forget that I helped him. And more worse than that in this material world is there is a possibility that that same person who get help from us or become our enemy itself. So there are all these possibilities in this material world. So then, how will I get the fruit of my action? Will the action stay there to give me fruit? That person will not give me back. And moreover, we get the result of our action by some way, which we say as adrishta bhala. From no one knows from where the help comes, but someone somewhere some situation will help us. That's why in manusmriti manusmriti says that dharmo rakshati rakshitah. A person who safeguard dharma, then dharma will help him, not that any particular person who received help from that person where we are familiar with, they won't help us, but somewhere someone will come and help us at that situation. So what gives us this result? Is it the action? Will it stay there to give us the fruit of that action? As soon as I perform an action, I do an action, that action will immediately vanish. That is the end of the action. So it will not give me result. The action will not stay there to give me result. The person who received help from me, he may not remember me itself. Then how will I get the fruit of the action? When a person performs an action, definitely it will give a result. So, as soon as an action is performed, that action vanishes, keeping an impression in the mind. The impression of the action is there in the mind, and it will be there till it gives result. So this mind is completely a bundle, many, thousands and thousands of folders of impressions. So the impression alone, can they give me the result? No, because these impressions are inert. Bhagavan Vishnu, as Atma, he resides in every being. And these impressions, they become active or they become conscious because they are powered by Atma. These impressions are dependent on the Atma. Without that, these impressions are inactive. So as soon as I perform an action, it leaves impression in my mind and that action fades away. This impression, when the right time and the right place, right situation comes, because the Atma is the knower of everything. So when everything, according to what I have done, that everything, that situation, the place, time, everything, when it comes in the future, then the Atma, it instigates these impressions to act. Immediately, these impressions, they send out vibrations and attract different situations. According to that impressions, they attract situation, people, material, money, object, or whatever it is, and the mind and body experiences it. So it is the impressions that act, but it is Bhagavan Vishnu as Atma instigate these impressions to act at the right time and the right place, and so it sends out vibrations and we attract situations or people or object or whatever it is according to the impressions we have in our mind. So some people, they attract positive situations and some people, they attract negative situations. It's all dependent on the intensity, the depth and the nature of the impression each mind has. Actually, the Atma doesn't have the power to give us result directly, but it instigates the impressions to give us result, or it makes the impression conscious so that the impressions gives us result. So this is the logical way of understanding that it is Bhagavan Vishnu in the form of Atma. He is giving fruits for all our actions, and it is not by the direct meaning but by logical reasoning. And so Bhagavan Vishnu is called as Bhavana, the person who brings everything to reality. If he doesn't bring everything to reality, these impressions will be there in my mind in a dormant state forever. Only because the Atma, it instigates the impressions or make the impressions conscious, I receive the result of my actions. So we may wonder, even if I do all the good deeds in this Janma, I get some bad results. So the person next to me, in spite of he is such an arrogant person, but everything goes fine for him. It's all because of the nature of the impression that person has and what the impressions already we have. Now we are doing positive things, but already we have accumulated impressions that may not be suitable for us to accept the positive karmas. And you may, it's just another example can make it more clear. Suppose there is a power line, electricity going through that power line. Many bulbs are connected to it. Some bulbs are very bright, some are tube lights, some are ordinary lights, some are sodium lamps, some are LED lights. So there are different types of lights connected to that same power. Some are so bright, some are not so bright. It all depends upon the bulbs connected to it and not because of the electricity. So just like that, so many minds are powered by Atma. According to the impressions of the mind, some minds are virtuous enough to attract positive situations. And some mind, according to their impressions, they attract only negative situations. So Bhagavan, he is only an observer. He gives power for all the mind equally. It's based on the mind to attract positive and negative situations. The next meaning is bharta. Unfortunately, it is the most misused, misinterpreted, misunderstood word in spite of it being used widely in this world. Bharta means a person who protects all the beings. He is called as Bharta. Protect means he supports all the beings. And since he support and he protect the beings, he has the power to rule over these beings. Here I have to make a point very clear. Ruling means it is not a dictatorship. It is not that you have to do what I like, then only it's good for you. That is because of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Bhagavan is pure Sattva. There may be a trace of Rajas and Tamas in him. He is pure Sattva. So it is not a dictatorship. He doesn't want everyone to do any action according to him. He only supports the person and guides the beings to do the deeds that will help them to realize the unity behind this diversity, and it will help them to liberate from this bondage. So, in that way, he helps a person, supports a person, guides a person to do good deeds. So, Bhagavan Vishnu, he is the Bharta of this universe. He protects this universe, he supports this universe, he guides all beings to do good karmas, and so he is called as the Bharta of this creation. Acharya writes, प्रपञ्चस्य अधिष्ठानत्वेन भरणात् भर्ता. Prapanchasya, that is in this universe, he adhisthana, he is the supporter of this universe. Bharanath, he rules over this universe. Because he supports and protects this universe, it is his duty to support all the beings, because all the beings are existing in him, and it is his duty to support, protect, and instruct all the beings in a positive way. And so he is called as Bharta. The next meaning is Prabhavaha. Prabhavaha means it is the place of origin. The place of origin, in the sense, all the elements and all the beings came from him. And so he is the place of origin for this entire creation itself. In a way, he is called as, that's why he is called as Bhudhati, Bhudakrit, Bhudabrit, or everything. Everything came from him. He is the place of origin for all of us, and so he is called as the Prabhavaha. And another meaning of Prabhavaha means pra plus bhava. Bhava means come into being, means comes into being. That's meaning of bhava. Pra means divine. So he is that divine being, or whose birth is divine. All that applies to Prabhavaha. The next meaning is Prabhu. Prabhu means he is the ruler, or he is that uh, supporter of everything. In a way, he rules over anything. How? By his intelligence, by his excellence, he rules this creation. There are so many creatures in this world, and in this world itself is created for the people to exhaust their karmas. So there are different levels of creation, multifold creation, suitable for the beings living there. For example, the forest is designed according to the uh, beings who live there to exhaust their prarabdha karmas. And the underworld, that underwater beings, for according to their mentality to exhaust their karmas, that underwater life is uh, designed like that. For we, the human beings, the land is designed according to our own prarabdha karmas. See, we cannot imagine about all that. So much intelligence and excellence is there in this creation. Even a single cell amoeba or a single cell being can exhaust their karmas in this creation. So that's his intelligence, and because he has that intelligence and excellence, he rules over this creation, and so he is called as Prabhu. The next meaning and the last meaning of this shloka is Ishvaraha. We all say every day Ishvara, Ishvara, Bhagavan, Lord, God. All these have same meanings without knowing its meaning rather. Brahman is the cause of this creation, and Ishvara is the creator of this creation. There is a very subtle hairline difference between the cause of the creation and the creator of this universe. That is the cause of this universe and the creator of this universe. There is only a hairline difference in it. The cause of this universe is Brahman. In that stage, the Maya is not manifested. But in Ishvara, the Maya has manifested out. Brahman with manifested Maya is called Ishvara or Bhagavan. So Brahman is the cause of this universe and Ishvara is the creator of this universe. That's a hairline difference only between these two. In Brahman, which is the supreme consciousness, that consciousness is conscious of itself alone. When the entire world, which is in the seed form in Brahman, when it matures, then the consciousness becomes aware of the creation, and that's when the Maya manifests out. When the Maya manifests out, the manifested Maya along with Brahman is called Ishvara. Or in other words, when Brahman is seen through the manifested Maya, it is Ishvara. So, uh, does Maya affect Ishvara? No. That's the difference between Ishvara and the ordinary beings. Bhagavan, that is Ishvara, he has Maya, but he is so pure that he is not affected by Maya. But we ordinary beings, we do have Maya, but we succumb to that Maya. We merge with Maya and do all the foolish things. But Bhagavan, he knows Maya, he keeps himself separate from Maya, he rules over Maya, and he uses this Maya as the Upadhana Karana for this creation. And so the Ishvara is called the Jagat Karana, the creator. He uses the Maya as the Upadhana Karana. Now, what is Upadhana Karana? Upadhana Karana is the material cause. Material cause in the sense, for example, let us take the work of a potter who makes many pots with the clay. He makes many pots, but what material does he use? He uses clay. So for that potter, the clay is the Upadhana Karana. Just like that, for Ishvara, this Maya is the Upadhana Karana. From this Maya, the Prakriti or Pradhana comes out, manifest out. From the Pradhana or Prakriti comes out the three gunas and all the elements, everything comes out. So, Ishvara, he uses Maya and its evolutes as the Upadana Karana to create this universe. So Ishvara seen with Rajoguna, he is Lord Brahma. Ishvara seen with Sattva Guna, he is Lord Vishnu. And Ishvara seen with Tamoguna, he is Lord Rudra. So what happens to the Ishvara in Pralaya? He unfolds, that is, he takes back all the evolutes of Maya, elements, everything in him, and in the end, Ishvara itself goes back to that Brahman itself and he merges in Brahman. That is in the Mahapralaya. For the intermediate small pralayas, Ishvara will not merge in Brahman. They will be there. They will also be meditating. But in the Mahapralaya, they will also merge in Brahman. So that's the difference between Ishvara and Brahman. So now you may have one thought in mind. Who is more powerful? Is Brahman who is the cause of this creation or Ishvara who is the creator? Definitely is creator, Ishvara. Because Brahman is the cause of this creation and he cannot manipulate or control the Maya. Maya manifests out of him, that's right. And Maya cannot exist without Brahman, that is also right. But he cannot control the function of the Maya. But Ishvara, since he uses Maya as the Upadana Karana, he has the freedom to control Maya or to make Maya to happen things for his bhaktas, but in alignment with their prarabdha karmas. The prarabdha karmas are very important for any human being. That's why the Ashuras and Bhaktas, they worship Ishvara. So these are the 12 words in the fourth shloka of Vishnu Sahasranama. It's a quite very deep shloka. So, in my next video, I continue with the meaning of the fifth shloka of Vishnu Sahasranama. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. ॐ तत्सत्.